Welcome to Live, Love, Engage, the podcast where we share practical advice from a spiritual perspective on how to create a life and business with more impact, influence, and income. I am your host, Gloria Grace Rand, the Insightful Copywriter and founder of the Love Method. My mission is to help you stop doubting yourself so you can live fully, love deeply, and engage authentically. Namaste, namaste, and welcome to another edition of Live, Love, Engage. I am Gloria Grace Rand coming to you live today. As I'm recording this, those of you who are watching this later on YouTube or Facebook or listening to it on iTunes and other podcast streams, it won't be live anymore, but I'm live right now anyway. So welcome. Today, I am going to be talking about resilience and actually about not only cultivating resilience, but actually choosing resilience. And there's, I think it's an important distinction because choosing implies deciding that we can do that and that we have an ability to be able to be resilient. So I wanted to share a story with you about how this was brought home to me and in the fact that I actually had an opportunity to practice it. Isn't that wonderful when things happen like that? Yes, I had a chance to practice being resilient last Friday and to really not only practice it, but to choose to be resilient, because the alternative would have been to just sit in a corner in my office or of my house and just cry, and then continue to cry when my husband came home, and he would not have appreciated that because he was not in a good mood either. So here's what happened was Friday, I had actually was having a lovely afternoon. I had signed up to attend a workshop about heart coherence. It was sponsored by Heart Math Institute. And so we were learning about how to really tap into our hearts and be, and sort of spreading love into the world and the benefits of doing that. Great, right? And then I got a phone call from my husband, and he had been out running an errand in the morning. And he said, I guess I don't have to hurry home because I don't have any work to do anymore. He had been let go from his job. And this was something we had semi-expected for a while because this company has been going through some issues, and he was prepared, but you're never really prepared. and I know this last year with the pandemic, millions of people, frankly, have lost their jobs, and it's not fun when that happens to you or to someone you love. It's a big, shot in the gut, frankly. And so when I got off the phone with him, I cried. I mean, what else do you do in a situation like that? I just really broke down and cried because, now suddenly it's like, okay, what are we going to do? We've got a house, we've got, pets that we take care of, ourselves to take care of. What are we going to do? And I was really in an emotional turmoil there. And thankfully, because of a lot of different practices that I have implemented over the years, in especially one being meditation, which has helped me tremendously, but also the love method that I talk about in my book, Live, Love, Engage, which you can get on Amazon, by the way. It's really about part one of the love method is to let go and let God. And it's to trust that God, the universe, however you want to call it, has your back. And so after spending about a minute or so, really just wallowing in self-pity, I said, "No, I'm not going to do this. I am not going to do this. We are going to be fine. God has my back." And so I decided to take her, and I also grabbed my iPhone and I went to YouTube to find the video. There is a song called Rise by Katy Perry. And it's not, what is the line? It's, I won't just survive, I will thrive. And in that moment, I chose to be resilient, and I chose to take back control and of my emotions. I would say not necessarily my life, but certainly of my emotions, and to know that I could be okay. And I got in the shower, and when showers are great for just really washing away not only the dirt on your skin, but really washing away um, ill feelings or emotions, because it just the water just really helps you to just renew and refresh. And as a result, when I came out, I felt so much calmer, and I knew that we would be okay. I knew that this actually was going to be um, possibly even a blessing in disguise. And when my husband came home, he was calm. Also felt that this was going to be good because he wasn't going to be under stress. He was under a lot of stress in this job and was just butting heads with management. And it was a really uncomfortable workplace for him. And so now he has the opportunity to do something, that he loves, and to find something that he loves to do, and to be uh, a happier person. And I think also because I could have just as easily greeted him at the door crying, with my tears streaming down my face, and just being all, "Oh, honey, what are we going to do? Oh my God." And then that could have triggered him into coming from a fear place, and not being, also getting into that mode of like, yeah, what are we going to do? But I think, or at least I'd like to think, that because I was calm, that mirrored his calmness, and we were able to just be okay with what is going to be. And that's again the lesson I want to impart to you today, is that we always have a choice on how we want to feel, how we want to be in any given moment. And we can choose to be unhappy and to be in act from fear and worry. But we can't control the future. We can't predict the future. All we have is this moment right now. That's all we have, is this moment right now. And we can choose right now to be happy, or to be calm, to be peaceful, and to be just to be what we want to see. And this morning I went out for my walk, and I like to again look for things that I can listen to while I'm walking. And I found a video from Neil Donald Walsh, who is the author of Conversations with God. And it was a video. He was talking about these 3 secrets that he learned from God. And I don't remember what all of them were, but the first one was called "Be the Source." And that's what I'm really talking about here. And what he meant by that is to be what you want to see in the world. So if you want more of love in the world, then you need to be love. If you want to see more compassion, if you want to see more goodness, then you need to be that. You need to be the source of that, because when you can be that love and to be that calmness and peaceful person, then that's what you're going to attract back to you. So it's deals with like the law of attraction. Whatever you put out is what's going to come back to you. So it's so important to be that, to be the source, be what you want to be. And when you need help, that's when you can go within. And I thought, as I end this podcast today, I would like to share with you the daily word. The daily word is guidance, and the affirmation for today is, I quiet my mind and receive my guidance. And it goes on to say, when I'm not sure which direction to follow, which option to choose, or whether to move forward or stay put, I seek guidance. I may weigh my options, seek advice, or do some research. While I can gather and hear about the best course of action to pursue, I may be better served by turning away from thinking and doing and retreating to the sanctuary of prayer. In this stillness, I relax until the chatter in my mind begins to fade, so I can receive the spiritual guidance that is always available to me, but often drowned out by the roar of my thoughts. I pour out the concerns of my heart. I wait with expectant faith, trusting that my inner guidance will show me the way. And then they have a scripture reading here, of course, that Unity always includes these in their daily word. And this was from Romans 8:14. And it says, for all who are led by the Spirit of God are children of God. And that's who we are. That is, again, being the source is God. And so that's ultimately what we are. We are children of God. And so we can choose to be God and to be God in the world and to be that light, to be that beacon of light in the world, beacon of love. And in order to attract more of that, it's about choosing to be resilient and to not let life's inevitable challenges, curveballs come our way, but to instead say, you know what? I am a part of God. God is good. God is love. And so am I. And I can trust that God is going to take care of me. And I'm going to take action because action is an important part of that. You do have to take action and move forward. And part of that action, number one, is deciding how do I want to be in this moment, and then step forward with grace and love and be that light in the world. So that's going to do it for this edition of Live, Love, Engage. I appreciate you for watching, whether you're watching me live on Facebook or the replay later and on YouTube, because this podcast goes out on my YouTube channel, which I would love for you to subscribe to as well. And go to Gloria Rand Video, search for that on YouTube. And also, thank you for listening on iTunes, on Pandora, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, all those wonderful podcast platforms, including Player FM. Also, a big shout out to them. So until next time, as always, I encourage you to go out and live fully, love deeply, and engage authentically.